Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. You're welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in today. So, let's just get right into what we want to discuss today. And today we want to discuss a very interesting topic, something that has been, ongoing. Should you come to Canada to work with a visitor visa? That's a very interesting question to ask because whilst it is true that you can come to Canada with a visitor visa and work, it is not as straightforward as people put it or as a lot of people paint it, because it's not just like you're going to land in Canada today with your work visa and then you start working. No, that's not the way it works. In order for you to be able to work with a visitor visa, you need to have converted that visitor visa into a work permit. Meaning that you can, what it just allows you to do is you can come to Canada on a visitor visa and then start looking for a job to do that would allow you get a work permit. Now, so what is the reason why you should not, leave your home country and come to Canada with the aim of, or with the only thing that you have in mind is you're coming with this work visa and you're coming to work? Number one reason is, one, it is very difficult to get a job as a visitor. And that is just the honest truth. What is the reason why this is? It is so because for any employer to give you a job, it also costs them some resources as well. So a lot of companies would first off want to consider people that have a valid status in Canada. That's not to say your visitor visa is not valid. It is valid, but they would prefer to maybe give a permanent resident or even somebody who is on an existing work permit or a citizen, even a student, right, a job, before they would consider a visitor. So it is quite difficult because, just look at all the category of people that I've mentioned. There are so many people in that, that fits in that box that have not gotten jobs yet. So a lot of companies would consider those ones before they would consider giving a job to a visitor. Now let's just take an example and look at the trend. If you're coming here as a visitor, you already know that the visa that you're given allows you to be able to stay for 6 months at a stretch. Now, the viability of getting a job offer within that 6 months is not impossible, but the chance is very slim. It is really slim. It's like trying to put your thread through the eye of a needle. A very tiny needle is the chances are very slim, right? So what does this mean for you if you're coming here on a visitor visa and you're unable to get a job? Just think about the implication of that. And you've left your home country with the intention that you're moving to Canada, thinking that maybe you're going to get a job. If you do not end up getting a job, you will run out of status. You'd run out of your visitor status and you would need to go back home. Now, you may decide to stay, but it's not the best option because even if you are driving on the road and you don't have a valid status and the police, if they have any reason to run your passport or run your plate or something and they just realize that you're out of status, it is right from that place like this that they've right from, even if it's on the road, it is straight to the airport too and you're going back home. So it is not very easy or straightforward. It's not the best thing, but that's not to say that you can't get a job. Now, the category of people that this can be easy for is if you have a very special kind of skill set that that this skill set is not very easy to come by, right? So all those people that I've mentioned before, whether be it a citizen or a resident, a permanent resident, or somebody who has a work permit, you have a peculiar skill that oh, this company needs this skill, then yes, it might be easy for you to get, come on a visitor visa and get a job. So those are one of the strategies, or one of the things that you can do to give yourself an edge in order to be able to navigate this complex path. And I call it complex because, I see a lot of people, maybe they're working with agents, or people are just telling them, oh no, come to Canada, yes, you can come on a visitor visa, you'll be able to work. No, the visitor visa only allows you to be able to look for a job. It does not guarantee that you're going to get a job, right? And it is not very easy for a visitor to get a job, except you have a skill that is very peculiar, that gives you an edge above other classes of people. So that is one of the things that you can, do. So if you're looking to come here, to relocate, maybe because you've tried FSW, which is the regular express entry, and it's not working, or you've tried to get the study visa, you've tried the study route and it's not working, and now you are looking to consider, getting a visitor visa, then you need to look for a peculiar skill that you're going to get that will set you apart from the crowd. That's one of the things that that you can do. So pretty much that's actually what we thought we were going to share with you today. And again, coming here as a visitor, it's not just very easy to navigate your path, because one, you will not, even ordinary health care, you will not be able to access, except you're going to pay out of pocket heavily. And believe me when I say it is expensive. It is expensive. So imagine within your 6 months here, or within you have a reason to go to the hospital or whatever, you're going to pay out of pocket for that. So there are so many things that can very easily help you run out of funds very quickly if you are looking to take this route. So even if healthcare will not take your money, what about rent? Not a lot of people would want to rent out the apartment on a long-term basis to a visitor, because even here as a permanent resident, before you are able to get a place to rent, most people would ask for what? Your employment. They want your employment letter or something. They want to know, are you employed? Because again, for the landlord or the landlady, it's about, okay, having an employment, at least to a certain extent, guarantees you being able to pay for your rent. So you run the risk of not even getting a place to stay, because nobody may want to rent out to you because you're a visitor, especially if it's on a long-term basis. So that part is not a very easy path to navigate. However, it is not impossible. Like I said earlier, one thing you just need to make sure of is that you set yourself apart from the crowd. And what is one of the ways that you can do this, what I have mentioned earlier, by getting a peculiar skill that that not so many people know how to do this thing. Then that can easily set you apart, and it can encourage the company that wants to give you this job offer to know that, okay, yes, I mean, we have looked everywhere. We couldn't find somebody, who can do this job. And now we have finally found someone. And even though this person has come in as a visitor, we can take that extra step to give them the work and give them the work permit, so that we can, get them in for them to provide us the services. So that's one of the ways. But just to think about springing up and coming to Canada on a visitor visa and wanting to stay, thinking you're going to get a job, is not a very easy path to navigate. So yeah, this is what we thought we were going to share with you guys today. And with this, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching and subscribing. Yes, I said subscribing because I believe you have subscribed. Anyways, I'll see you again in our next video. Bye bye.